Let's actually look at some data provided by Trackman and a few others to see where you actually stand when it comes to clubhead speed. Now, these numbers that we're about to look at are for a driver. So this data is taken directly off of the Trackman website. And again, they are looking at the driver swing speed, and we're looking at the average male amateur. So this does not include females, and this is broken down by average clubhead speed. So let's go ahead and take a look at this data that Trackman has provided. And of course, they have thousands upon thousands of data points, which is very helpful. As you can see, the average male amateur has an average clubhead speed of 93.4 miles per hour. At 93.4 miles per hour, that clubhead speed will generate an average drive of about 214 yards. As you can see, the top 1% of average male amateurs are only reaching 111 to 115 miles per hour with their driver. 45% of the data points actually fall in between this 91 to 100 miles per hour swing speed. Now, I'm sure, as you can imagine, there are some flaws with this data, as this only provides swing speed of the average male amateur. This is not broken down by age range whatsoever, and I'm sure you can probably imagine that a 65-year-old golfer is not going to have the same amount of swing speed potential as a 25-year-old golfer. That's why we're going to go ahead and take a look at this next data. Now, this data here is provided by Chris Finn from Par for Success and his team down in Raleigh, North Carolina. They have been working with golfers for years, ranging from the pros to the amateurs, and they have been collecting a ton of data from their golfers. Now, as you can see, this data is broken down by age range, looking at the average clubhead speed of the golfer, and they have broken it down by males and females. And again, we are looking at driver clubhead speed. This data here is really helpful, I think, for golfers to really help them understand where they fall amongst their peers. This chart is super helpful because if you are a 55-year-old male and you're swinging at about 99 miles per hour, that just means you're at average for where you stand for your age range. Again, because a 65-year-old golfer does not have as much potential to generate swing speed as a 25-year-old golfer. Now, there are some drawbacks to this data provided here in this chart. This data has been collected for some time, but this chart is only from somewhere between 2017 to 2019. So it's not the most updated chart. And I know that they've been collecting more data. However, to my knowledge, most of that has not been published yet. So this is the most up-to-date data that we have. The other drawback to this data is that they had to make relatively big age group ranges. That's because they haven't had enough golfers go through and they haven't had enough data points to put in to make them smaller and more applicable to a smaller age range. As you can imagine, between a 17 and a 29-year-old golfer, there is a huge difference between the potential and swing speed generated of those golfers. So it's not 100% applicable to your age range, but it's better data, I think, than Trackman. However, the numbers are small, so it's hard to exactly say where you stand, but this gives a great starting point.